Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Storybook English, where we make learning English fun, easy, and exciting. Today, we're diving into a story that's close to my heart, a day in the life of someone who works at a restaurant. Whether you're here to improve your English or just enjoy a good story, this lesson is packed with vocabulary, phrases, and tips to help you learn while having fun. If you're listening carefully, stick around till the end, because there's a fun quiz waiting for you. Pass the test and see how much you've learned today. So grab your favorite snack, sit back, and let's dive into the story. Chapter 1. My job at the restaurant. I work at a restaurant, and let me tell you, it's never boring. Every day is a whirlwind of activity filled with laughter, challenges, and moments that make me proud. At my job, I stay busy all day long, serving customers and ensuring they have an amazing experience. Our restaurant is famous for its mouth-watering dishes like hamburgers, crispy fried chicken, hearty soups, and fresh salads. While I don't cook the food myself, I take pride in being the friendly face who serves it with a smile. From bringing drinks to taking orders, I make sure every customer feels welcomed and cared for. And guess what? Everyone in town loves our food. I totally agree. My personal favorite? The golden, crunchy fried chicken that melts in your mouth. Working at a restaurant isn't just about serving food. It's about creating memories. Whether it's a family celebrating a birthday or friends catching up over dinner, I get to be part of those special moments. It's not always easy, but it's incredibly rewarding. Chapter 2. A typical day at work. At my job, I follow a simple yet important routine. It starts the moment I walk through the door. First, I greet the customers warmly and bring them their drinks. Then comes the exciting part, taking their order. I always say, "May I take your order?" with a cheerful tone. Once they tell me what they'd like to eat, I jot it down in my trusty little notebook. Afterward, I head over to the computer to type in the order so the cooks in the kitchen can prepare it. The kitchen team works magic behind the scenes. They whip up delicious meals that leave everyone satisfied. When the food is ready, I carefully carry it to the table, making sure everything looks perfect before serving. It's such a rewarding feeling when customers enjoy their meal and leave happy. One of the things I love most about my job is the variety. No 2 days are ever the same. Some days are calm and relaxed, while others are fast-paced and chaotic. But no matter how busy it gets, I always remind myself why I'm here, to make sure every customer leaves with a smile. Chapter 3. The heart of the restaurant. Our restaurant has earned quite a reputation in town. People rave about how tasty our food is, whether it's the juicy burgers, creamy soups, or crisp salads. Honestly, I couldn't agree more. But if I had to pick one standout dish, it would definitely be the fried chicken. There's something about its flavor and texture that keeps me coming back for more. But it's not just the food that makes our restaurant special. It's the atmosphere. We play soft music in the background, and the walls are decorated with colorful paintings of food and nature. The tables are always clean, and the lighting is warm and inviting. It's the kind of place where you feel comfortable staying for hours. As someone who works here, I take pride in contributing to that atmosphere. Whether it's refilling a customer's drink, offering recommendations from the menu, or simply asking how their day is going, I try to make every interaction meaningful. Chapter 4. Challenges and Rewards. Of course, working at a restaurant isn't without its challenges. Sometimes the rush hours can feel overwhelming. Orders pile up, customers grow impatient, and the kitchen gets hectic. But even in those moments, I remind myself to stay calm and focused. One of the biggest lessons I've learned is the importance of teamwork. In a restaurant, everyone plays a vital role. The cooks prepare the food, the servers bring it to the table, and the cleaners keep everything spotless. If one person falls behind, it affects everyone else. That's why communication and cooperation are key. Despite the challenges, the rewards far outweigh the difficulties. There's nothing quite like the feeling of seeing a customer's face light up after their first bite of food, or hearing them say, "This is the best meal I've ever had." Those moments make all the hard work worth it. Chapter 5. Tips for working in a restaurant. If you're thinking about working in a restaurant or even just improving your English skills, here are a few tips that might help. Be friendly and polite. Greet customers with a smile and use polite phrases like, "May I help you?" or "Thank you for visiting." Stay organized. Keep track of orders using a notebook or digital device. Double-check everything before sending it to the kitchen. Communicate clearly. Use simple and clear language when talking to customers or colleagues. For example, instead of saying, "What would you like?" you can say, "Can I take your order?" Handle mistakes gracefully. If something goes wrong, apologize sincerely and offer a solution. For example, "I'm so sorry about the mix-up. Let me fix that for you right away." Learn from feedback. Pay attention to what customers say about the food and service. Use their feedback to improve. These tips aren't just useful for working in a restaurant, they're great for everyday conversations too. Chapter 6. Why restaurants are special. Restaurants are more than just places to eat. They're spaces where people connect, celebrate, and create memories. As someone who works in a restaurant, I've seen firsthand how food brings people together. For example, I once served a couple who were celebrating their 50th wedding anniversary. They told me stories about how they met and fell in love. By the end of the meal, I felt like I was part of their journey. Moments like these remind me why I love my job. Even small gestures, like recommending a dish or remembering a regular customer's favorite drink, can make a big difference. It's all about making people feel valued and appreciated. Chapter 7. Learning English through stories. Stories like this one are a great way to learn English. They introduce you to new vocabulary, phrases, and cultural insights. For example, in this story, you've learned words like restaurant, order, menu, and customer. You've also seen how to use polite expressions like, "May I take your order?" and "Thank you for visiting." To practice, try retelling this story in your own words. Imagine you're describing your job at a restaurant to a friend. What tasks do you do? How do you interact with customers? What's your favorite part of the job? Question 1. Where does the speaker work? A school. B, a restaurant. C, a hospital. D, a library. Question 2. What is the speaker's favorite dish at the restaurant? A, hamburger. B, salad. C, fried chicken. D, soup. Question 3. What does the speaker do first when a customer arrives? A, takes their order. B, serves the food. C, brings them drinks. D, cleans the table. Question 4. What phrase does the speaker use to take an order? A, can I help you? B, what would you like? C, may I take your order? D, are you ready to order? Question 5. Who prepares the food in the kitchen? A, the speaker. B, the customers. C, the cooks. D, the manager. Question 6. What does the speaker write down after taking an order? A, the bill. B, the customer's name. C, the order details. D, the time of arrival. Question 7. What does the speaker say about the restaurant's reputation? A, people think the food is too expensive. B, everyone in town loves the food. C, only tourists visit the restaurant. D, the restaurant is not popular. Question 8. What does the speaker feel when customers enjoy their meal? A, tired. B, bored. C, rewarded. D, confused. Question 9. What challenge does the speaker mention about working at the restaurant? A, the customers are rude. B, the hours are too short. C, it can get overwhelming during rush hours. D, the food is hard to cook. Question 10. What lesson does the speaker emphasize about teamwork? A, everyone should work alone. B, communication and cooperation are key. C, only the cooks are important. D, customers should help in the kitchen. Correct answers. B, a restaurant. C, fried chicken. C, brings them drinks. C, may I take your order? C. The cooks. C. The order details. B. Everyone in town loves the food. C. Rewarded. C. It can get overwhelming during rush hours. B. Communication and cooperation are key.